Here's my question. Why do grown men choose to date females that are literally half their age, or even a third of their age, or in some cases, a whole entire quarter of their age? Can anybody make this make sense? I just don't understand. Welcome to Squirrel Tribe 2.0, where we will talk about things that many of us wonder about, and then maybe we don't get to talk about with anybody else. So I'm just going to do it for you in case you guys are interested. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give this video a like if you will, please. Leave comments below when it's all said and done. So here's my question. Have you been out and about and you've seen an older person with a clearly younger person and thought to yourself, oh, look at that grandpa and his granddaughter hanging out doing fun things. And then they like kiss or touch each other inappropriately. And you're like, what kind of family is this? Well, it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, they're just boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't understand. I just need you guys to understand that I don't understand. The reason we're talking about this today is I was on my handy dandy computer here and perusing the World Wide Web because, why not? Trying to see what kind of stuff was out there. And I came across this article. And let me just start this, or preface this, if you will, by saying that I understand that people fall in love with people of different ages. Like mentally, you fall in love with somebody and you're like, we're 5 years apart and we don't see a difference in age. Guess what, boo-boo? Neither do I at 5 years. But when we're talking 25 years, 40 years age difference, I'm gonna need y'all to explain. So this article that I came across, Brad Pitt, bless him. Y'all, he used to be like the finest thing walking. I would see Brad Pitt when I was little and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I understand. Because when I was like 12, I was like, I don't care how old that man is. I love him. Obviously, I'm like 12, so I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. But at this point in time, at this age, 41 now, as of yesterday, 41, I can look at Brad Pitt at 59 and think to myself, no, I mean, you're still just, so incredibly yummy. But at 59 years old, 18 years older than me, I could literally be your child. And right there is the factor for me. Not for everybody. If you're into, grandpas and whatnots, hey, knock yourself out. You do you, boo. I'm gonna stay over here and do me. I have no interest in, my husband is 3 years younger than me. Okay, so first off, robbing the cradle, get him young, teach him, right? But if he had been 3 years older than me, okay, cool. If he had been 6 years older than me, well, it kind of depends on what age you start dating at. If he had been 30 years older than me, we never would have met. At no point in time would my eyes have been like, oh, hey, how you doing, Zaddy? No, not an option. So this article here, Brad Pitt's girlfriends keep getting younger and younger. See the 30-year-old beauty he just went public with on his 59th birthday. And this is where I have issues, because if you really want to get down to it, it makes you think of a word that, is a very nasty word that we don't like to talk about. It makes you think of like pedophiles. However, because I wanted to make sure that I got nothing wrong here, I did a little definition research. And in case people aren't aware, this is the definition of a pedophile, because a lot of us will use that term loosely anytime you see an older person with a younger person. But there is an actual age cutoff to be considered a pedophile. So that one is a person who is sexually attracted to children. All right. And they're considering children as, I believe it was 11 and under. So what technically is a different one, there's names for all of these things. Listen, hebephilia is defined as a chronophilia in which an adult has a strong and persistent sexual interest in pubescent children, typically children aged 11 to 14, although the age of onset and completion of puberty vary, which is still, in my mind, a pedophile. I don't really, you can give it a different name, but anybody over, I don't know. Listen, if you're under 18 and you're and the guy or the woman, because it can go both directions, is over 30, in my mind, no, maybe over 35. I think there needs to be at least a consensual age difference. So technically 14 years age difference to me is kind of suspect. That's just me. But then you have a thing here called, what is it? Sexual attraction to peri or post-pubescent minors is not considered a psychiatric disorder, but is illegal. In case you were curious, it's not considered a psychiatric disorder. So you can't say that people who happen to be pedophiles or hebephilias are somebody that can be fixed, because they're not considering these things a mental disorder. They're just saying it's an illegal thing. Just so you know. So it says, coined by B4U ACT, the term minor attracted person, or MAP, refers to individuals with sexual attraction to individuals who are minors or below the legal age of consent, which in most places is 14. I actually looked that up. Actually 16. In the United States, the age of consent is the legal age at which an individual is considered mature enough to consent to sex. Sexual relations with someone under the age of consent are considered statutory rape, even in some jurisdictions, if both partners are themselves younger than the age of consent. So the majority of places seem to be 16 years old. Then you have a few other states where it's 17 and a few other where it's 18. But you can legally get married in some states at 14. How does that work? I'm curious. This seems like one of those loopholes where you can slide in under the radar and be a disgusting human being and get away with it. So, but anyway, back to Mr. Pitt over here. It says here that Brad Pitt may be getting older, but his girlfriends seem to only be getting younger and younger. Case in point, the 30-year-old beauty he went public with on his 59th birthday. Wow. They say it like, wow, like good for him for nagging or snagging up this 30-year-old beauty. And my brain goes, bro, that could be your daughter. That could easily be your child. And to me, I don't understand. I don't understand these men that want to be with a female half their age or less. Like, what do you have in common? When I was 30 years old, it didn't occur to me to want to date somebody twice my age, because y'all, I still liked eating dinner at 8 or 9 p.m. I wasn't ready for 5:30 p.m. early bird supper. Like, that was not an option. I wanted to sleep till 9, 10, 11 a.m. I wasn't ready to wake up before the birds and before the sun, like, grandpa over here. I don't understand what a young person has in common with an old person. It does not make sense to me. I have never in my life looked at somebody twice or 3 times my age and thought, I bet sex with them would be a lot of fun. Why? My thought would be, grandpa gonna break a hip trying to maneuver around with somebody half his age, or, I don't, it just does not make sense to me at all. So then you have more here, because I was curious, like, is he the only one? And y'all know, of course he's not the only one. For some reason, men in Hollywood really like the young ladies. Really like the young ladies. I'm like, have you not ever looked in your own age group? There are some gorgeous women out there you could choose from. But then my brain goes, maybe it's because older women have learned over time how to say no to things, or how to be more independent, or how to, I don't know, maybe they're just too grown mentally for some of these guys. Maybe these guys like to feel like they are superior, which is why they go for the younger girls. I can't call some of these ones women, because you had, what's his name, that, they call him Lord Disick. The guy from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which also, y'all, no, please, no. But he was like almost 40 and was dating Lionel Richie's like 18-year-old daughter. The hell for? One, as a parent, if I saw, like, my daughter's 13, okay? Even when she's 18, if I see some 50-year-old dude staring at my 18-year-old daughter, I'm going to fight him. What the hell are you looking at? Put your eyes on somebody your own age and quit looking at my kid, right? And you see these guys when you're out and about. That's why I've said it before. Hooters used to be so popular. These middle-aged men and older would come in. These 45, 50-year-old dudes would come in and just start checking out these 16-year-olds in their little bitty shorts and their tank tops and their little scrunchy socks. You're disgusting. I need you to understand this. You're so gross. Stop it. And we wonder why so many young girls try to act older. I mean, because they're used to these old men like hitting on them and messing with them and trying to like buy them things and give them money. And it's just, it doesn't make sense to me. So over here, where's the other one? 30-year age gap. That is just absolutely ridiculous to me. So there was this other article that I pulled up. Here we go. Leonardo DiCaprio and 16 other celebrities who have dated people multiple decades younger than them. Multiple decades, not just one, maybe two, sometimes three. In one situation, four decades younger. Listen. It does not make sense to me. So Leonardo DiCaprio, he's always had younger women that he likes, right? Well, right now, he has his sights on Gigi Hadid. She's a runway model or something. She hangs out with the Kardashians. She is 20 years younger than he is. At least she's 25 though. He made it. That's like the oldest one he's dated lately. He's 45. I think he's 45. How old is he? Yeah. So he's in his 40s. She's 25, which is, I don't understand. And then, I mean, you have women who have done it. Allison Janney, y'all know her. I love Allison Janney. She's great. Her, the person she was with is 20 years younger than her. But then you've got Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was married to Demi Moore. That made sense. They were in the same age bracket, right? Well, then Bruce Willis marries somebody who's 34 years younger than him. 34 years younger. Before that, his girlfriend was 37 years younger than him. Why? Is this one of those, it's cheaper to date you than it is to go out and have a midlife crisis and buy a new sports car, you know, go buy a Ferrari or a Corvette or whatever else? It doesn't make sense. Or is it just that they really want to have sex with really, really limber people? I don't understand what the point is. Like, I know people like arm candy, but there are still gorgeous women your age who are considered arm candy if that's all you're worried about. Then you have Dane Cook, the comedian. I used to think he was so funny until he started dating somebody who was like barely out of high school and he was like in his 40s, which is disgusting. His current fiance is 27 years younger than he is. His previous girlfriend was 20 years younger than him. She was the one out of high school. Then you have Dennis Quaid. Good old Dennis Quaid. Family man in movies, Dennis Quaid. Mr. Save His Son and Day After Tomorrow, Dennis Quaid. I love Dennis Quaid. Well, Dennis Quaid made headlines in 2020 when he married a PhD student meaning still in school, who was 40 years younger than him. The hell for? I need to understand why. Now, you could look at it and go, why are these women marrying these old men? Well, these are celebrities. They're probably doing it for the money. Yes, it's possible. They're like, oh my God, I love him. He is so great. He is the best thing ever. He's still 40 years older than you. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Again, at no point in time have I seen an older person, a 40 years older than me, a grandpa, and thought to myself, this is the route I want to take. This is exactly where I should be. We should go get to know each other and have coffee and maybe share some prunes and some throat lozenges. Like, what do you have in common with somebody who was born in 1930, 1940? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm just going to keep going. So then you've got Eddie Murphy. Good old Eddie Murphy. Man, I love Eddie Murphy. Beverly Hills Cop's like one of my favorite movies. He is now dating somebody who is 23 years younger than him. Harrison Ford, who is 80 years old. Good old Han Solo over here, or Indiana Jones, if you will. He was married to Callista Flockhart, who was 23 years younger than him. And now he's rumored to be dating Minnie Driver. I love Minnie Driver also, but she's 28 years younger than him. Again, why? Here's my issue. It's okay at this point, right? He's 80 and she's 52, maybe, right? 28 years younger, 52. That's fine, right? People are like, it's not a big deal. Y'all, when he was how old? Y'all, I can't do math. My math has quit mathing. Whatever. When she was 4, he was already like through his first marriage and his first kid was off to college. Like, you have to think of it this way. You have to think of it this way. Because if you only think of it as, well, she's 52 and he's 80, that's perfectly fine. You gotta take it down. She was 0 when he was 28. 0. She wasn't even a thing and he was 28 years old. And then think of it this way. The second she popped out of a womb, out the vaginal canal, Harrison Ford saw that baby and said, I'm gonna date that baby someday. That's disgusting when you look at it like that. And not everybody's gonna agree, and that's fine. If you're into the young ones, I still think maybe you should go to therapy, but that's just me, because it's never gonna make sense to me. And yes, I'm talking now. This one here, This one bothers me more than any of them. I'm not going to lie. This one bothers me more than any of them. And it's because I'm a woman. Okay, look. So this here, not mother and daughter, not grandmother and granddaughter, lovers, wives. Did they get married? I don't remember if they got married. But here's the thing. 32-year difference between the two of them. My mom had me when she was 31. If I was into women, if I liked a little bit of woman on woman kind of thing, it still would not occur to me to look at somebody my mother's age and go, I think I'm in love with you. We should do this for life. We should just smooch it out and do all kinds of things together. Oh, literally wants to vomit in my mouth just thinking about that. That is just, y'all, somebody has mommy issues. And for me, the women who are with these men that are twice their age, daddy issues. But then the guys who want to be with girls half their age, different kind of daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? And that's disgusting. People need therapy. That's my thought. You do not have to agree with it. You can think that I'm just beyond stupid. I don't care. This one will never make sense to me. If my child decides at 16, when she's of legal age to do things, one, she better not. But two, if at 16 years old, she goes, Mom, I'm in love with this 47-year-old that I met. Where did you meet him? Why is a 47-year-old hanging out wherever you are unless it's Starbucks? And even then, why'd you go talk to him? And if he came and talked to you, why did you not immediately scream stranger danger? Like, those are my questions. I don't understand. There's things I will never understand. And those massive age gaps are one of them. Once a woman is past 35, I'm going to say past 35, it does change it just a little bit. But when you are a young woman and this old craggly ass man wants to come talk to you, run. Like, why? He can't stay up past 9 p.m. He will fall asleep in a movie or sitting at the dinner table while you want to go out till midnight or 2 a.m. to clubs. He can't do it. He's old. It's not going to work. These things don't mix. Oil and water, people. Oil and water. That's all. I have put myself into a tizzy because this bothers me immensely. So I don't understand it. It's weird to me that this is I want to use the word allowed, that this is allowed. But I mean, once people are over 18 or legal consenting age, you can't really stop anything. But why is it not discussed more in a that's gross connotation or way? Because you see these articles of, look at Brad Pitt snagging the 30-year-old as opposed to, ooh, look at this 60-year-old man going after this 30-year-old girl. Like, these are the things we need to say. But then if you turned it around and it was, look at this 18-year-old boy going after this 6-year-old woman, it's still the same thing. They're like, yeah, boy, get it. But if the 6-year-old woman goes after this 18-year-old boy, ew, what is she doing? Y'all, not only have I never looked at I'm 41. I've never looked at an 80-year-old man and thought to myself, hey, let's get giggity giggity. I've also never looked at an 18-year-old boy and thought to myself, this could be interesting. No, you're a freaking child. Like, I don't understand. Listen, it's gross. I don't even care. I watch movies all the time with my kid on like Netflix or whatever. They have all these little baby rom-coms with Nick Centino, whatever his name is, like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I think is one of the shows. He's in some new show called The Recruit, and he's adorable. He's a cutie. At no point in time could I look at somebody that age and anything kick in, or, you know what I'm talking about? It would never. It's not even a possibility. Hell, even Channing Tatum, who is a hottie McTottie, and even him, I can't look at him and go, yeah, you seem young to me. He's probably only like 5 years younger than me, but still, I don't understand. However, my husband is 3 years younger than me. And at 16, when I met him and I was 19, I was like, we're going to wait till you're 18. I'm going to get in there. And I did. So there's that. I can understand a little bit of the whole, but I waited till consenting age, and that's what matters. But these whole massive age gaps, I feel like there's something that needs to be talked about there. You hear that Drake was trying to like groom Millie Bobby Brown, 11 from Stranger Things. When she was like 16, he was texting her all the time and hanging out with her. And it's like, bro, you are a grown ass man with a kid. Why are you hanging out with a 16-year-old little girl? We got to look at these kind of things. These things are disgusting, and it needs to be nipped in the bud like immediately. Parents need to pay attention to who their children are talking to, whether it's social media or in person, it doesn't really matter. If you're a kid, if you have a child living in your house, 18 and under, hell, if your child is 26 and living in your house, still pay attention to who they're talking to and who they're dating, because things like that, again, to me, just absolutely does not make sense. Does not make sense. Whatever. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. All right. That's all. Love you guys. Bye.